Good afternoon, everyone. I welcome you again on the third session of this fifth day of the ongoing workshop. I again welcome Dr. Manish Kansal for sparing his valuable time. This session will be chaired by Mr. Kuldeep, who is a co-host now. For any queries, you may post to him and Dr. Manish. So we can proceed, sir, now.
Okay, thank you. Okay, Suraj sir, screen is visible.
Yes, sir, it is visible.
Okay, so good afternoon, everyone. So this session is based on solving the linear system of equations with the help of Gauss elimination and LU decomposition, right? So I would request all the participants that whether you know the algorithm for Gauss elimination and LU or not, right? So you can just try to focus on the theoretical part. I will explain each and everything in the theory. Then we will go to the MATLAB programming, right? So let me just start with the basics of Gauss elimination and LU decomposition. Then one by one, we will make a MATLAB program for it, right? So this is very interesting topic, right? So for solving solving linear system of equations. So I start with the linear system of equations. Ax is equal to b, right? So this is the linear system of equations written in the matrix notation. So where what is a? This is your coefficient matrix. X is your vector of unknowns, and b is your right hand side vector, right? So you have solved the linear systems, like you are given some 2 cross 2 system, 3 cross 3 system. So you have already solved this kind of linear system in lower classes, right? So here we are particularly interested in solving those linear systems which cannot be solved with the help of the previous techniques, or you can say the with the help of direct methods, right? So till now what we were using, we have used Cramer's rule for finding the solution of these kind of equations. Then we talk about the matrix inversion, that is x is equal to A inverse B. So here provided determinant of A should not be zero, right? So these are few techniques. These are the analytical methods with the help of which we are generally finding the solutions of these linear systems, right? So now we are going to the next stage, that is the Gauss elimination method. So this Gauss elimination method, let me tell you, this is a direct method. This is not a iterative technique. Similarly, LU decomposition, this is again a direct method. This is not a iterative method, right? So this is applicable for general n cross n system, because what happens in Cramer's rule, whenever the dimension of the matrix is large, the order of the matrix is large, so we find it difficult to find out the solution using Cramer's rule. And similarly, the same thing happens with the inversion formula, right? So we have to go to some sophisticated method to find out the solution of these kind of linear systems. So the first method is Gauss elimination method. Then we will go to the LU decomposition, right? So first let me explain you the idea of Gauss elimination, right? So we start with the linear system of equations. Say Ax is equal to B. Let us suppose you are given this kind of system of equations, say x1 plus x2 minus x3 is equal to say minus 2. Same, x1 plus 2x2 minus 9x3 is equal to say 8. Then say minus 3x1 minus 5x2 plus 7x3 is equal to say 11, right? So this is a 3 cross 3 system. So I can write it in the matrix notation, AX is equal to B. So here A is the coefficient matrix, that is 1, 1, minus 1, then 1, 2, minus 9, minus 3, minus 5, 7. And what is B? B is your right hand side vector, column vector, minus 2, 8, 11. And what is X? X is the vector of unknowns, that is X1, X2, and X3. So the idea is to find out the solution vector X with the help of Gauss elimination, right? So what Gauss elimination method does, first of all, it will take the matrix A, right? The coefficient matrix. Then we write the augmented matrix with the help of right hand side vector. So the notation is like this, A colon B, or sometimes we write down A slash B, right? So this is my augmented matrix, right? So I will just write down the right hand side column with the coefficient matrix, so we get the augmented matrix, right? So the idea here is, once you write down this augmented matrix A colon B, then with the help of Gauss elimination method, right? So with the help of Gauss elimination method, I would say that it is divided into two steps. First one is forward elimination. So this will convert the coefficient matrix into some another matrix when you apply some forward elimination technique, right? So this will convert the matrix A into the upper triangular matrix, and obviously the right hand side vector will also change to some new matrix. Let us say this will become C, right? So here I call it upper triangular matrix, right? Now, once you convert the coefficient matrix into upper triangular matrix, then we make back substitution, right? So when you make back substitution, you can find out the solution, right? So it will give you the values of the unknown variable. So what happens, let us say you are given some matrix like this. Say I'm just writing down the coefficient matrix, right? Similarly, you will add one row to it. This is my B vector, right? So you apply some row transformations. I will tell you how to apply the row transformations with the help of one example. Now, when you apply some row transformations, what happens? You will convert this as upper triangular system, right? So upper triangular means diagonal के नीचे वाली जो entries हैं सारी, ये क्या बन जाएंगे आपके पास? You will get zeros, right? This will be 0, this will be 0, right? And here are some entries for right hand side like this, right? So once you are able to convert the coefficient matrix into the upper triangular one, then you can easily find out the solution with the help of back substitution. Why I'm saying that with the help of back substitution? Because from the last equation, you can say that this entry into x3 is equal to right hand side. So this will give you the value of x3, right? Now you will go upwards to the second row. This will be 0 times x1 plus something times x2 plus something times x3 is equal to right hand side. x3 की value आपने निकाल ली है, तो यहाँ से you will get the value of x2. Now similarly you will go to the first row. You will just plug in the values of x2 and x3 in the first row, so you can find out the value of x1. So the procedure goes like this, that first of all you will find out x3, that is simple. Then you will find out x2, then you will find out x1, right? So this is the idea of back substitution. So how to go from this step to this step, this is important. Now we will do some row operations. If you have studied this method in your undergraduate course, so you might have solved one question based on the Gauss elimination method, right? So I will show one illustration of a 3 cross 3 system, that how to convert A into U. Then with the help of the Gauss elimination, we can make a MATLAB code. Now, first of all, let me give you a brief idea regarding LU decomposition also, right? So say this is all for Gauss elimination. I will go to the question and we'll discuss more details about it, right? Now, once you write down AX is equal to B, right? So in LU decomposition, what we do in LU decomposition, we break the matrix into product of two matrices, L and U. This is the factorization. Like you write down, say 10 as 2 into 5, right? Similarly, say you write down 14 as 2 into 7, right? So we can break the matrix as a product of two another matrices L and U. This is not always possible. There are some conditions, but if yes, the matrix is satisfying those conditions, then we can break the matrix into product of two another matrices, where what is L? L is your lower triangular matrix, U is your upper triangular matrix. So now once you decompose A as L into U, what you do, you plug in LU into the given equation, right? So LU times X is equal to B. This implies L times UX is equal to B. So you can take, say, UX is equal to some another variable, let us say Y. So you get LY is equal to B, right? So now you know the value of L, you know the B vector. So from here you can find out Y, right? Now, once you get the value of Y, you plug in into this equation, you have the value of U. So you can solve UX is equal to Y to find out the value of X, right? So this is how the LU decomposition method works, right? So these are both direct methods, both can be used for solving the linear system of equations, right? So now what is the connection between these two methods? I'm just going to write that connection. So when you apply Gauss elimination method and you do forward elimination, right? So you get the triangular matrix, right? तो आप इस upper triangular matrix को कहीं पे MATLAB में we will store this upper triangular matrix. This will work as a U in LU decomposition, right? We will make a program for Gauss elimination. From that, we will store this upper triangular matrix. This will be taken as a U in LU decomposition. Now, for L, what we do, how to find out L? This is the idea given by Burden and Fears, how to find out L. So L is basically, this is my matrix of multipliers, right? Now what is the multiplier? Multiplier is basically, let us say this is lower triangular one, so 1 1 1, one choice is this, right? So I can write down some entry M21, M31, then M32. So these are my multipliers, M21, M31. I'm asking for 3 cross 3, right? So these are three entries which are unknown to us. This is a lower triangular one. So on the diagonal, I have taken 1, other entries are 0. So these three entries will be calculated using your Gauss elimination method. So this is the idea basically, that Gauss elimination method will give you all the details to work with LU decomposition method, right? So once you are trained with Gauss elimination, then within next 5 to 10 minutes you can go to the LU decomposition. There is nothing new in LU decomposition, right? So let me just explain the Gauss elimination method with the help of one example, because it will give you the more clarity regarding the Gauss elimination method. Then we will go to the MATLAB window for calculating the solution in MATLAB, right? So let me just share the question with you. So this is the question on Gauss elimination. I will illustrate very simple and basic example so that you get the better understanding that how Gauss elimination method works in MATLAB, right? So I have taken here 3 cross 3 system. This is a 3 cross 3 system. 3 equations are there, 3 unknowns are there. You want to find out x1, x2, and x3, right? So first of all, we will write down the augmented matrix A colon B. What is augmented matrix? Now A is your 3 cross 3. So augmented matrix will be 3 cross 4, because we will include the right hand side column 580, right? So this is your augmented matrix, right? There is no problem in writing augmented matrix. Now what is the first step? First step क्या कहता है कि we want to convert the matrix into upper triangular one. So what we do, we have to make these entries zero, right? This I have to make zero, this I have to make zero with the help of row operations. You have to keep in mind that we will apply row operations to make these entries zero, right? Now, this is the row 2. So what I do, just the condition is first entry should be non-zero, A11, that is the pivot element, right? So A11, this is my pivot element, right? So this should be non-zero. This is the condition of Gauss elimination. Now what I do, I will apply some row transformation to make it zero. Similarly, in R3, I will make some row transformation to make it zero. So what is the row transformation? R2. In R2, what should I write? R2 minus, yes, something times R1. I have to multiply some number with first row, that is my pivot row R1. Let me write down this as, we call it pivot, we call it pivot row, right? So R1 के साथ क्या चीज मल्टीप्लाई करनी पड़ेगी यहाँ पे, वो डायरेक्टली दिख रहा है, वैसे हमें 3 दिख रहा है. So R2 minus 3 times R1 है, but I want to write it as 3 by 1. Why? Because this entry is my A21, this is my A11. This will help you in the coding, right? So I am just writing down 3 by 1, A21, 1, right? So this is A21 by A11, right? Now, what is the operation in R3? So R3 में क्या करेंगे? R3 minus क्या करना पड़ेगा? यहाँ पे जीरो बनाने के लिए R3 minus R1. So I have to multiply something with the pivot row R1, right? So the pivot element is 1. So यहाँ पे जो मेरा factor आएगा, that is I don't want to write down 1, right? I will write down 1 by 1. This is entry. This entry will be A31 by A11, right? So these are my first two row operations with the help of which I can make these two entries equal to 0. So this is my first step of Gauss elimination. Now, ये जो 3 by 1 आया है, this is a special number. I will call it M21. That is 3 by 1. Similarly, let me write down this as A21 by A11. Similarly, what is my M31? M31, this is my 1 by 1, A31 by A11, right? So these are two my multipliers. I call this number as multiplier because it is getting multiplied with the pivot row. Now, once you apply these operations, you get the similar matrix. You get another matrix. So where these two entries will be 0, बाकी entries जो हैं second and third row में change हो जाएंगी because we are applying transformation on second and third row. First row will be unchanged, right? Now look at this second column. Now you come to second column. Second column में इस entry को pivot बोलेंगे. Why? Because this is non-zero. This is the only condition. I'm just doing Gauss elimination without pivoting technique, right? So this is a pivot element, this is non-zero, we can proceed further. So down elements should be 0. इस element को क्या बनाना है? 0 बनाना है. So what operation I have to apply on R3? We will apply operation on R3. Last row पे लगाएंगे. So क्या operation लगाएंगे? R3 minus something times second row. Here, what is my second row? This is my pivot row, right? So I have to multiply something with the pivot row. So the multiplier will be -3 by -1. ऐसे ही करेंगे. This is my A32 by A22, right? So when I multiply this by -3 by -1, so I will get this entry equal to 0, right? So here I write down this element as third multiplier, that is my 3 by 1. So I should write it as A32 by A22. You can also write -3 by -1 and the same thing, right? So this is my third multiplier. Now when you apply this row transformation, so you will get this entry to be 0. So we get this entry to be 0. Now you are left with this system. Now look carefully, this is a upper triangular system. All the entries below the diagonal are equal to 0. This entry is 0, this is 0, this is 0. So now you can easily find out the solution. How will you find out the solution? Now look at the last row. Look at the last row. So this is 16 times x3 is equal to 16. So this gives x3 is equal to 1, right? Now, what is the second equation? This is minus x2 minus 5x3 is equal to minus 7. So this gives क्या value बनेगी? Minus x2 is equal to minus 7 plus 5. So this is minus 2. So basically x2 is equal to 2. So let me simply write down x2 is equal to 2, right? Now first equation will be क्या बनेगी? 1 times x1 plus 1 times x2 plus 2 times x3 is equal to right hand side 5. So this gives me x1 plus 2 plus 2 is equal to 5. So this is x1 is equal to 5 minus 4, that is 1. So I will simply write down this as x1 is equal to 1, right? So this is my solution. 1, 2, 1. This is the solution of the linear system. You can plug this system, you can plug this solution in the given system, and it is satisfying all the three equations, right? So this is how Gauss elimination method works. Now, what we do here, we first break the coding into two parts, right? First one is algo 1. I call it algo 1 generally. That is the aim. What is my aim in algo 1? Given a linear system of equations, I will just ask you to break this matrix into product of L and U, right? Now where nothing else you have to do, you have to just break A as product of L into U. Those who are working simultaneously on MATLAB, they can look for this. So A is equal to L into U. Now what is my L? L is your lower triangular matrix, right? So let me write down the L matrix here. इसको दोबारा से लिखते हैं. Let me write down the L matrix. So L matrix क्या है? This is 1, 0, 0. This entry is M21, 1, 0. Then M31, M32, then 1. This is my L matrix. Now you know the values of M21, M31, M32. अभी ऊपर हमने describe किया है. Now what is your U matrix? What is U matrix? U matrix, this is obtained from Gauss elimination method at last step. This is your U matrix. 1, 1, 2, right? 0, minus 1, minus 5, 0, 0, 16. So this is your U matrix, right? Let me write down U matrix. U is equal to 1, 1, 2, 1, 2, 0, then minus 1, minus 5, then 0, 0, 16. So this is my U matrix. Similarly, you can plug in the values here in the matrix L. Now, once you break the matrix into L into U, the first algo is complete. Now you can make use of command window. You multiply L and U, you can verify whether this is equal to A or not. If yes, then your program is okay. So first algorithm is okay if L into U gives the answer A, right? So this is my first algo, which I will be discussing with you in the MATLAB window, right? So given any linear system, we have to break that into product of L and U, where L is the lower triangular matrix of multipliers, and then U is the matrix obtained with the Gauss elimination method. Then we will just verify verify this in command window that whether L into U is giving A or not, right? If yes, then your program is okay, right? Now, let me just write down something here only because it will give you the better understanding of the code. I'm not going to the MATLAB window right now. Let me just write down M21. What is M21? A21 by A11. What is M31? A31 by A11. What is M32? A32 by A22. Keep remembering that A11, this was my pivot. A11, this is the pivot element. Similarly, A22, this is again the pivot element, right? So these are the three multipliers, right? Now I'm going to make a code for LU decomposition, how to break the matrix into product of L and U, right? So first, let me write down few commands for you here only so that we can directly type into the MATLAB editor file, right? Now, what we do, you please look at the 3x3 system because this is always an ideal way to generate a programming for linear system, that you work for 3x3 and uh, try to generalize it for n cross n. So I'm giving you the explanation for 3x3, but we will make a program for n cross n general case, right? Now, what I do, I write down here column 1, column 2, column 3, right? So here is some entry. There is, these are the entries in the matrix, right? So this is a 3x3 matrix. Now what we are doing, this is my pivot row. This is my pivot row. And you can say this is my pivot element. First element is my pivot element. Of course, this should be non-zero. You know the theory, right? Now what I do, I will make two loops here to break the matrix into L and U. So पहले क्या करेंगे command window में या editor window में, we will first input the matrix A. वो अभी लिखना बताऊंगा मैं आपको कैसे लिखेंगे. Then we will give few more specifications. Then now what we do, we make a loop for calculating L and U. So what we do, we just write down the loops, right? So we will make use of two for loops here. So what I do, we first write down M21. What is M21? M21. Now in MATLAB, आप ऐसे तो नहीं लिखोगे ना M21. You will write down M2, 1, right? So generally I want to write down it for I and J. So first of all, let me write down M21. This will be A bracket 2, 1 by A11. You will evaluate this because you want to display the value of capital L, right? So this is the notation. Now similarly for M31, similarly for M32. So we don't want to write it as M21, M31 and M32. So what we do, we will change it for I and J because we will learn the programming for the general case. So what we are going to do here, we will write down this as J comma I, right? Now you will tell me, oh sorry, you can't speak in this online mode. So MJI, so this is AJI. Look at this one. This is 2, 1. This is 2, 1. So this is A of J comma I divided by what should be here? Yes, this is with the help of A11 pivot element. So basically I will write down I. Why? Because with the help of this second index is the pivot row. This second index is the pivot row. Pivot row में हमेशा I और J बराबर आते हैं, right? So this is my first pivot, 1, 1. So first I will write down for AII. So this is the nice step to write down the multipliers. Now, second step. What is the second step? You make these entries equal to 0, right? You make these entries equal to 0. So what we do, we write down row operations, right? What is the row operation? R2 में क्या लगाया? R2 minus M21 times R1 and R3 में क्या ऑपरेशन लगाया है? R3 minus M31 times R1, right? यहां से जीरोस बनेंगी और एक लास्ट ऑपरेशन क्या लगाया था? सेकंड रो में, सेकंड कॉलम में आके R3 माइनस M32 टाइम्स R2, यहाँ पे R2 किया था, ठीक है। तो ये 3 रो ऑपरेशन हमने लगाए थे अभी क्वेश्चन में। सो यहाँ पे क्या करेंगे, नाउ वी विल राइट डाउन how to make this entry 0 in MATLAB, right? So I will write down like this. Say the given matrix is A. We are going to make zeros in gth row. Let us say you want to make zeros in second row. So let us say I am calling, say you can write it as, say I is equal to 1 से स्टार्ट होगा यहाँ पे, j is equal to, let me call this as column and second index should be with respect to row, right? So I am first starting with the column 1. So I am writing here I is equal to 1. 1 से लेके कहाँ तक जाएगा वो अभी लिखते हैं, ठीक है। Then the row, if you are working in first column, you are making entry 0 here, starting with the which row? Second row, right? So whatever the row you are picking over here, you will start with the next row. So I will write down I plus 1, right? Because you are working in first column, you are making this entry 0, first column, second row, first column, second row. That means if this is 1, then next should be 2. So I have written I plus 1, right? Now how many columns you have to go for making zeros? एक यहाँ पे जीरो बनाना है, एक यहाँ पे बनाना है, एक यहाँ पे एंट्री को जीरो बनाना है। तो कॉलम 1 और कॉलम 2 में जाओगे आप। सो बेसिकली योर कॉलम विल रन फ्रॉम कॉलम 1 टू कॉलम 2। सो अगर n क्रॉस n सिस्टम है, सो आई विल रन फ्रॉम 1 टू n-1, राइट? बिकॉज लास्ट स्टेप पे तो आपको आंसर ही मिल जाएगा कॉलम 3 में जाके, ठीक है। सो आई विल जस्ट रन फ्रॉम कॉलम 1 टू कॉलम 2। तो यहाँ पे क्या आएगा, 1 to n-1। नाउ हियर वंस यू स्टार्ट विद द कॉलम 1, तो आपने जीरोस बनानी स्टार्ट की R2 में, देन R3 में, देन R4 में, देन सो ऑन। सो आप कौन सी रो तक जा रहे हो एंड में जीरो बनाने के लिए? लास्ट रो तक जा रहे हो। दैट मीन्स अगर n क्रॉस n सिस्टम है तो बिल्कुल लास्ट रो में भी जाके जीरो बनाओगे। सो आई एम जस्ट राइटिंग डाउन हियर n because you are going to the last row. So I plus 1 to n, right? So now here, how to make zeros? This is the command. I will show the output of this command, that you are working in jth row, right? So j comma colon, I will illustrate what is the meaning of j comma colon in the MATLAB window, right? So a of j comma colon क्या करेगा, ये देखो जरा, R2 minus M21 times R1. How to write down this as MATLAB command? So this is MJI times, you have to put star here for multiplication. Now this is R1, this is R1. Similarly here, this is the pivot row R2. So what should I write here? A of, yes, A of I comma colon. Why? Because this is the pivot, this is the pivot index, right? So here when I work with R2, so this R1, this is my pivot. When I work with R3, your R2, this 2 is pivot. So this is the second command, right? Now you just end both loops, right? So then you have the output for L. You will write down this as multipliers, and what is U? ये जो आपका A matrix आपने ऊपर पूरा transformations लगाई हैं, so your U matrix will be equal to A, right? So this is the overall idea how the programming will be made for LU factorization, right? After that we will find out the solution also by putting one more for loop, right? So let me go to the MATLAB, which will give you the idea that what kind of commands we are going to use here. So you are seeing the MATLAB window. Is it visible? Yes, Dr. Kuldeep.
Yes, sir. It is visible, sir.
Okay, thank you. Okay, so in command window, let me first write down few things for you. Say you write down any 3x3 matrix, right? So let us say 1, 2, 3, then go to the next row. For that you have to put semicolon, 4, 5, 6, then you put 7, 8, 9. So this is my matrix, right? When you enter, you will get the output. Now, this is how you can enter any matrix into the command window. So now, for example, you want to display any particular entry. Let me display this entry, 6, lying in second row, third column, right? So this can be taken by A2, second row, third column, 2, 3, right? So this will give you the entry 6. Similarly, suppose you want to display 8. So this is A, third row, second column. So this will give you 8, right? So this is how you can display any entry. Now, let us suppose, again, let me type this matrix for you so you can see clearly, right? Let me just display the first row of this matrix. I want to display 1, 2, 3 only, right? So what is the command? A. These commands will be helpful in the coding. 1, colon, right? So this will display first row, 1, 2, 3. Similarly, 2, colon, this will give you the second row. Similarly, 3, column, this will give you the third row. And on the contrary, if you want to display columns, colon, 1, this will give you first column, then second, then similarly you can display third column, right? So this is how you can display any row, any column for any matrix A, right? So let me just clear the command window again. Let me show you the same matrix A, right? Now, suppose in this matrix, or you can say, we want to display identity matrix of order 3. So what is the command? Identity matrix command is EYE I3. So this will give you 1 0 0 0 1 0 0 0 1. Similarly, if you want to display a zero matrix of any particular order, say 3 cross 4, so you can write down zeros 3 cross 4. So this will display a matrix having 3 rows, 4 columns, all entries equal to 0. Similarly, let me write down again this matrix A. Suppose I want to display the number of rows and number of columns in this matrix. So the command is size, right? So this is the size command, which will give you the number of rows, number of columns. So the output is 3, 3. So first column will give you number of rows, second column will give you number of columns, right? First one give you number of rows, then number of columns. Now suppose I just want to take the number of rows. I don't want to display the number of columns, right? So let us say n comma, you can put tilde sign here. If you write down like this, size of A. So here, fortunately, the order is same. Let us suppose you pick up any 3 cross 4 entry. Say I should write down like this, say 4 6, right? So this is a 4 6 matrix. Now you want to display only rows. Similarly, you can go for columns, size of B. So this will give you the number of rows only. Columns will not be displayed, right? So this is how we can just make use of rows and columns in the given coding, right? Now, let me again go to the 3 cross 3 matrix. Now, suppose these 2 rows are given to you, these 3 rows are given to you. Suppose I want to interchange first 2 rows. I want to interchange first 2 rows of this matrix कि ऐसा matrix create करना है जहां पे फर्स्ट रो आपकी क्या बन जाए 4 5 6, सेकंड रो क्या बन जाए 1 2 3, थर्ड रो एज इट इज रहे 7 8 9. आई वांट टू इंटरचेंज फर्स्ट 2 रोज. तो क्या करेंगे उसके लिए? वी विल जस्ट राइट डाउन से इन स्क्वायर ब्रैकेट्स 1 2, फर्स्ट और 2 को चेंज करना है, देन से कॉलम, राइट? सो आई विल इंटरचेंज दिस with 2 1. I think they should work. So first column is, first row is 4 5 6. You can see that first 2 rows are interchanged, right? So this I will need in the case of pivoting. I will do one question with you. So there we will need this command, right? How to interchange two rows, right? So that will be discussed later on. Now let me write down the program for you, which is helpful in finding L and U, right? Now, let us suppose I will call the same question here. I will go with the same question so that आपको थोड़ी clarity हो जाए, ठीक है? So I have written the question over here. So first, the coefficient matrix is 1, 1, 2. Let me write down the coefficient matrix. A is equal to 1, 1, 2, right? Then the next entry is 3, जो अभी हमने solve किया, 3, 2, 2. Then last row was 1, -2, 3. This was the coefficient matrix, ठीक है? Now, okay, so this is the coefficient matrix. So basically, now I want to break this matrix as a product of L and U, right? So what I have to do here, we have to write down the loop, for loop, जो अभी हमने वहां पे practice की है, for loop, for कहाँ से start किया था? For I is equal to 1 to n minus 1, because it will go to the n minus first column that we have just discussed in the notepad. Now here we have started our J from where? From, like you are working in first column, you will start with the second row, then third, then so on. So we will write down here I plus 1, ठीक है? ये कहाँ तक जाएगा? Last row तक जाएगा. Now we have just written MJI. This is my multiplier. M21, M31, M32. So this is nothing but this is AJI divided by AII. This is the multiplier, right? Now, once you have written the multiplier, so now you can see here, I have shown you some commands which will give you the complete row, like A1, colon, it will give you complete row. Now you can better understand that why we have written there AJ, colon. ये क्या करेगा? A of J, colon will give you the operations in the jth row. So you will just display the jth row and will apply the changes. So what are the changes? In R2, what we do? R2, I am just calling it R2. You can call it RJ, right? So this is R2 minus, yes, M21, जो आपने ऊपर निकाला अभी, MJI. In this case, star multiplied. You have to put star here. Now multiply किसके साथ करना है? कौन सी रो के साथ multiply करते हो multiplier को? Always with the pivot row, right? So what is the pivot row? Pivot row आपकी ith वाली है, ठीक है? तो पूरी की पूरी रो के लिए क्या लिखोगे? AI, colon, right? So ये जो first command है written in line 5, this is for multipliers. Second command, this is for row operations, right? So now let me end both loops and I will write down L is equal to M, and what is my U? U is equal to A. Now, when I run this, you will not get the answer. Why? Because there are some additional things which we have to mention at the top. What are those? Because I have written here I is equal to 1 to n minus 1. So I don't know the value of n. What is n? N is basically the size of the matrix. So I can simply write down here n is equal to 3. Or if you don't want to write down like this, because we want to make a general programming, so I will write down this as n comma say tilde is equal to size of a. This is one thing, right? Now it will take the value of n as 3, because we have shown in the command window, this will give the size of the matrix. 3 rows are there, so n will be equal to 3. Now what else is required? You have written here MJI is equal to this one. So basically you want to create a matrix L and matrix of multipliers, and you have not started the matrix M, right? So let me just write down here M as the matrix. Say you can start with the identity matrix. Basically you have to initialize, right? अगर आप initialize नहीं करते हो, So this will not update the entry. So this is the initialization process. Basically we will start with 100010001, then we will make changes in that matrix and we will display the value of L here, right? So let me just run this for you. So we have to take the output L is equal to M, U is equal to A. So let me run this. This is L U decomposition. Right now the command we have executed and you can see the output in the command window, right? So what is the output? Output is 100310131. So you have seen that हमारा जो वहां पे multiplier आया था, let me recall, multiplier M21 क्या बना था? 3 आया था, ठीक है? M31 1 आया है, देन M32 3 है. सो एंट्रीज क्या है? 313. तो यही 3 एंट्रीज आ रही हैं यहाँ पे 313, ठीक है? दिस इज M21, दिस इज M31, this is M32. So these were the entries, right? M31, M21 and M32, right? Now this is the U matrix, this is the U matrix. So U matrix में थोड़ी सी मेरे को लग रहा है ये चेंज आया है कुछ यहाँ पे. This is 1 1 2 1 1 2 0 -1 -5. यहाँ पे गड़बड़ है. This is -4. So let me check the coefficient matrix once again. So what is the coefficient matrix? That is 1 1 2, then 3 2. Now here is a mistake in the coefficient matrix. This is 3 2 1, then 1 -2 3. So I think the coefficient matrix I have written over here, that is 1 1 2 3 2. It should be 1. So there is a mistake in the coefficient matrix. You can correct it. So this is the exact coefficient matrix, and we have discussed this question in the notepad. So let me again run this. So now you can look at L. L is same. There is no problem, right? Now look at U. This is my exact 1 1 2 0 -1 -5 0 0 16. Let me check once again. So this is 1 1 2 0 -1 -5 0 0 16, right? So we get the same answer U, right? Now let me take the multiplication of these two matrices and cross verify whether this is a correct value of L and U or not, right? So this is the matrix. Now you can verify. This is the matrix 1 1 2 3 2 1 1 -2 3, right? So this is how you can break the matrix into two parts. Now the last step remains with the Gauss elimination, that says कि यहां तक आपने कर लिया, उसके बाद सिर्फ आपको आंसर निकालना with the help of back substitution, right? So you have to find out x3, x2 and x1. Just apply back substitution and find out the answer. So keep remembering that we will apply these transformations on the augmented matrix A colon B. In case of A is equal to LU, वहां पे तो कुछ जरूरत पड़ी नहीं. अब हमने solution निकालना है, right? So we will implement the operations on augmented matrix, right? So let me go to the command window again. Now I will write down few more steps here so that we can find out the solution. So what I do, you first write down the B matrix. What is the B matrix? What is B matrix? B is my 5 5 8. This is a column vector. That is why I have put semicolon 5 semicolon 8 semicolon 0. Otherwise ये row vector नहीं उठाएगा, column vector नहीं उठाएगा, ठीक है? So this is a column vector. Now let me introduce one augmented matrix. Say, because I have written the commands in terms of A, so मैं इसको A ही रखता हूँ. A augmented matrix कैसे करेंगे? मैं इसको लिख देता हूँ C space B, और इस matrix को मैं थोड़ा सा change कर देता हूँ, ठीक है? इसको मैं C कह देता हूँ. Now this is my augmented matrix. right? So let me show you the output in the command window also, like this. So if this is the matrix, B is the right hand side, so let me put the output. So this is the augmented matrix, right? So I have just renamed the variables, otherwise पूरे प्रोग्राम में मेरे को चेंजेस करनी पड़ती हैं, ठीक है? So you can just rename it. This is C, this is B, this is A, right? Now we have to put some another loop for calculating the value of x, ठीक है? So x के लिए क्या करेंगे? What we do, first we calculate x3 because we are going by back substitution. Again, you keep in mind 3 cross 3 system. So you find out x3. What is x3? X, you can say this is xn, right? Because the last variable is n. So I'm just writing down xn. What is xn? This is my a of, yes, lying in nth row, and you go to n plus first column because right hand side is now augmented matrix is, you have put one more column in the augmented matrix. So you are basically, what is your x3? Again, 16 by 16. So what is 16? This is lying in third row, fourth column, right? So this is a n comma n plus 1 divided by a of n comma n, right? So this is my last variable. ये तो मैं मैनुअली निकाल लूंगा यहाँ पे लास्ट वेरिएबल में. नेक्स्ट क्या करना है, ध्यान से देखो जरा. सो इन द नेक्स्ट आई विल अप्लाई द लूप फॉर I is equal to, क्या करेंगे now, once you find out x3 then you find out x2 then x1 and so on. So n cross n के लिए क्या करेंगे, पहले xn आ गया, then n minus 1, n minus 2 and so on. So we will start with n minus 1 with the decrement of minus 1, because once you compute xn then it will calculate xn minus 1, then xn minus 2, then xn minus 3, then so on. So I have taken here decrement of minus 1 ताकि ये back loop चले आपका. कहां तक जाना है, x1 निकालना है तो हमने 1 तक जाएंगे. Now we have to end this loop, ठीक है? Now what should be written over here so that we get all the values for x, right? So x of I, how do you calculate x of I? Let me just relate with this one only ताकि आपको थोड़ा क्लैरिटी हो जाए किस तरीके से निकाल रहे हैं. आप ध्यान में देखो जरा, ये this is multiplied with x2, then this is x3, ठीक है? Similarly here this is multiplied with x1, this is x2, x3. So what you are doing, you are basically, let me clean this. So what you are doing, you are basically calculating ith variable, let us say this one, x2, right? So on the right hand side you have this entry minus 7, right? So this is a of lying in the same row and last column, that is n plus 1 minus, आप क्या कर रहे हो, minus 5 into x3, आप उसको राइट हैंड साइड पे लेके जा रहे हो, ठीक है? सिमिलरली ऊपर भी क्या कर रहे हो कि दिस एंट्री 5 माइनस दिस एंट्री माइनस दिस एंट्री, तभी आपके पास x1 की वैल्यू आ रही है. सो जनरली वी राइट डाउन लाइक दिस, a of I, n plus 1, अगर आप सेकंड रो पे फोकस करो, दिस माइनस सारी की सारी पिछली एंट्रीज ए आई जे इंटू क्या हो रहा है, एक्स जे हो रहा है, राइट? सारा का मैं समेशन ले लेता हूं. कहां से स्टार्ट होगा, कैन यू टेल मी व्हाट इज द इंडेक्स? इंडेक्स होगा लाइक इफ यू वांट टू कैलकुलेट x2 तो ये नेक्स्ट एंट्री से स्टार्ट हो रहा है. ये राइट हैंड साइड पे क्या जाएगा, x3 वाली एंट्री. यहां पे सपोज x1 निकाल रहे हो, सो ये x2 फिर x3, तो नेक्स्ट एंट्री मींस i plus 1 से लेके कहां तक, लास्ट तक. और ये जो चीज आई है, दिस इज गेटिंग होल डिवाइडेड बाय व्हाट, डिवाइडेड बाय द कोएफिशिएंट ऑफ x2. लाइक यहाँ पे -1 था, दैट इज व्हाई आई वाज राइटिंग लाइक x2 minus 2. So basically you are dividing it by -1, only then you get 2. So that is why I was writing like this, right? So you divide it by I comma I, right? So this is how you will find out the values of variables, right? So let me just write down here. So what is xi? What is xi? Xi will be equal to a of, yes, I comma n plus 1, right? माइनस क्या करेंगे, a of, yes, आइए थ्रो, now you have to take the sum, because all the entries will get minus, right? So कहां से start हो रहा है, sum will start from I plus 1, I plus 1, because ith entry तो आप निकाल रहे हो उसमें, so you will start from I plus 1 to कहां तक जाना है, लास्ट रो तक, n तक जाना है, into, yes, into, look at this formula, yes, look at this formula, j will run from I plus 1 to n. So ith row, j is running from I plus 1 to n. Similarly, j will run from I plus 1 to n. I'm just writing that into the command window. So I plus 1 up to n. There I have to put comma 1 because this is a column vector, right? So now ये हो गया मेरा न्यूमरेटर, so let me put this in the brackets, right, divided by a of I comma I, right? So this is the command. For back substitution, I would say this is my back substitution, right? So now I will take the output as x because I want to display the solution vector x, right? Now what else you want to make changes in the program? This is okay, this is for back substitution. The upper program is for forward elimination, you can say. I should write down forward elimination. I have broken the program into two parts, forward elimination, backward substitution. Now this thing will not work directly. Why? Because you have written xn is equal to this, but you have not initialized it. So let me initialize the x vector, only then it will update the x vector, let us say n comma 1. So you know the meaning of zeros here, n rows 1 column, that means it is a column vector, all entries 0. So we have just initialized the x vector. Now let me check the code once again. This is the coefficient matrix C, then right hand side, then augmented matrix, then size, then you have initialized the vector m. Okay, so let me run this program for you. Now, can you see the output? 1 to 1. This was the answer that we have calculated here. So the answer is 1 to 1, right? So the program is okay. You can proceed with this program, right? So the answer is 1 to 1, right? So now let me just solve few more questions for you, right? So say I'm sharing the PPT with you. So let us say we have this problem. This 4x4 system is given to you. You have to first factorize with the help of L and U, then apply back substitution to find out the solution. So let me solve this question. After that, we will solve part number B. Just you have to change the coefficient matrix, so the answer will be there, right? So first of all, I have written over here these two first matrices. These are already written. I have written earlier in order to save the time. So let me just write down again. This is the A matrix, right? This is the first question. 10, I have written the coefficient matrix. What is the coefficient matrix? 10, 8, minus 3, 1, then 16. 16 is the right hand side. 2, 10, 1, minus 4, 9, like this. Okay? So I have taken the right hand side in the coefficient matrix itself. You can generate a new augmented matrix by writing down column separately. Otherwise you can just plug in the right hand side in the same column, because otherwise मेरे को यहाँ पे जो A matrix की notation है वो बार बार change करनी पड़ती है. So you can just write down simply this is the matrix, right? Now you find out the answer of this matrix. Let me find out the answer. First question. So you can see the output. So this is the answer, 1, 1, 1. This is the correct answer, right? So this is how you can solve the linear system using L and U. You can also display the value of L and U and verify, right? Similarly, second question is given. This is again 4x4 system given to you. Now you have to find out the answer, right? So let me show the output of this question also. Okay. So now you can see the output. This is the output, right? So you can always verify with the help of backslash command. Let us say some matrix is given to you. Say I copy these two in the command window, right? Say this is my coefficient matrix, this is my right hand side. Okay, now you want to check whether the answer is right or wrong, so you can just simply write a c backslash b. So this will give you the right answer, right? So c backslash b. This is how you can cross verify your answer in MATLAB, right? So this is the coding for LU and Gauss elimination. Now I have one more question for you that is given over here. This is some electrical circuit problem. So we have shown that this circuit diagram can be turned into linear system of equations. So when we solve this with the help of your physics techniques, so you will see that you get a linear system of equations. So I1, I2, I3, I4, I5, these are the notations for currents flowing in the particular diagram, right? So this is a linear system of equations. Now you again want some expertise for the Gauss elimination to solve this kind of a linear system arising in different fields of science and engineering. So what you do, you pick up this coefficient matrix. You are given the value of capital V over here. Just plug into the Gauss elimination method, then see what happens, right? So I have typed this coefficient matrix for you. Just we need to copy paste that 5 0 0. This is my question. Let me just write down. Okay, so this is my coefficient matrix. I have done written coefficient matrix for this problem, right? 5 5, then 0 0 0, then 0 0 1 minus 1 minus 1, then so on, right? This is the right hand side vector. मैंने यहाँ पे सिर्फ वही टाइप किया, ठीक है, और कुछ नहीं किया. So this is the coefficient matrix, this is right hand side. Now this is my augmented matrix A, ठीक है. So अब क्या करना है? Now you apply your Gauss elimination method. You apply Gauss elimination method. You look at the output. You look at the output. This is the Gauss elimination method. Look at the output. Let me give you the output of, this is not giving the right answer, and we want to know the reason why. Let me show you L and U also, so that you could better understand why Gauss elimination is not working. So when I again run, so you look at the solution NaN, this stands for not a number. So you are getting some terms like NaN minus infinity. So the matrix of multipliers is giving you infinity, not a number, right? These kind of statements. Now the answer is not a number. Gauss elimination method is not working on this problem, and we want to know the reason why. So the problem here is that in this particular linear system, what happens when you solve this linear system with the help of Gauss elimination method, at some particular stage, it is happening that pivot element is becoming 0. That is the reason that you are not getting the correct solution with the help of Gauss elimination. So what we do, we have to interchange the rows. तो जब आपके पास pivot element 0 बनता है, we have to interchange the rows. We cannot proceed with the Gauss elimination method, right? That is why you are not getting the right answer with the help of Gauss elimination method. So what we are going to do here, we will just do a swapping technique. That is, you interchange the rows. Whenever you find a 0 element at the pivot stage, you just interchange the rows. That is the idea of pivoting, right? So मैं आपको यहाँ पे just in order to save time, we have written something for you here. That is, you have to apply this additional condition. What is the condition? That you apply it for same index I running from 1 to n minus 1, j running from I plus 1 to n. Now this is the condition I have written over here. You will be able to understand it, that if absolute value of the pivot element ai, let us say 1 1 a 1 1 is 0, right? So whenever this entry is less than absolute value of AJI, you go on searching that particular column. So whenever this happens, it will interchange the rows. It will interchange ith and jth row. And this is the command I have shown you in the beginning. ये command क्या करती है? This will just interchange I and jth row, right? If I write down here 1 2, so it will replace 1 and 2 row with the 2 and 1 row, right? So 1 and 2 rows will be interchanged. So this is the additional command that you have to put in this program, right? So let me just copy this, and you now try to find out the solution using pivoting, right? So let me just write on this one. So whenever you get 0, like यहाँ पे किसी स्टेज पे 0 आया होगा तभी उसने आपको NaN दिखाया है, तो 0 आने की वजह से क्या हुआ, हमने उसको इंटरचेंज करा दिया, स्वैपिंग कर दी रोज की. दिस इज वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट इन केस ऑफ pivoting, right? So now we have applied this. Let me again run this for you. Now you can see. Now you can see this is the answer. This is the answer, and you can see the value of L and U also. There is no number like NaN or infinity, right? So you get the right answer with the help of pivoting. So pivoting is very much important. You have to apply certain conditions on Gauss elimination method so that it works, right? So this is how you can apply the condition for pivoting in the same program. So you can always modify your given programs with the help of basic ones. That is upon the user choice. Whatever program you are making, you can always do some cosmetic changes in that, right? So this is the program for Gauss. Let me just recall. This is the Gauss elimination. We have shown that we have divided the coefficient matrix into upper triangular one, then back substituted to find out the solution. So this is the idea. First we forward eliminate, then we backward substitute. This is the idea of Gauss elimination. Now LU decomposition says you just break the matrix into L and to U. Then you have two systems. First find out Y, then find out X, right? So this is the pseudo code, you can say, algorithm, right? So here we have written in step number 2, this is for pivoting, that whenever you get some entry pivot element 0, you have to interchange pth and ith row, as like we have done in MATLAB. We have interchanged the jth row with the ith row so that NaN kind of things don't occur in the output window. So this is the algorithm for LU and Gauss. Now this is the formula that I have shown you in the notepad, right? So how this formula is written for the back substitution, we are starting with n-1 and stopping at 1 with the decrement of -1, right? So this is how you find out the variables. Then you at the end you have the output, right? Then we have these two problems. Additionally, I have shown you another problem where the method does not work. So we have shown that pivoting problem also, right? So I think I'm done with the presentation and today's topic. We have done Gauss elimination method with and without pivoting, and additionally how to break the matrix into two matrices L and U with the help of LU decomposition. Right now we can proceed with the questions and answers part, right? So Dr. Kuldeep.
Yes, sir. Okay, sir.
So we can start with the questions. If any student wants to ask something.
Okay, sir. Thank you so much. And there are no question in the chat box today, and you are already explained very well. So
okay.
They are just asking about some reference book for the numerical method.
Yes.
Reference books now, I already got a mail from Dr. Manish that I will share in the Google group that I am creating. So whatever material I will receive from the speakers, I will share it on Google group.
Yes, I have given few references regarding the queries were for numerical methods for PD PDs, ODs. I have given some references there. Those will be shared by Dr. Suraj, right? So whatever we have taught in these 4 lectures, session 1, 2, 3, and 4, I will share the PPTs of these lectures with the Dr. Suraj, and he can further distribute to the students, to the another participants. So is there anything else that we can discuss?
Yes, sir. The students were asking about your email ID. So in case they want
Yes,
to,
yes.
So I have
So let,
already shared in the flyer only. So
okay.
if you want, you can type your email ID on
Yeah.
the screen.
Yes. So my email ID is munish.kansal@thapar.edu, right? You can contact me on this one, or this is my personal email ID, mkmaths@gmail.com, right? So you can contact me on these 2 email IDs, whatever you want. So I can share the codes which we have discussed in the 4 sessions. I have no problem to distribute these codes to you. And for any other kind of help in numerical analysis using MATLAB, you can consult me.
Okay, sir. We have one doubt from Sunil Kumar.
Okay.
Can we use secant method in the non-linear system of equation?
So basically for nonlinear system of equations, we generally use Newton's method, that is easily extendable for solving the nonlinear system, right? Because the idea of Newton's method is very simple. You have to just replace your first derivative with the help of Jacobian, right? So there are many research papers, articles published over this, and many variants of Newton's methods are there which are used to solve the nonlinear system, whatever nonlinear system is given to you, whether it is a small system or the large system. But similarly, if we talk about any other iterative method, like he's asking for secant method, or you can ask for fixed point also. So there are some articles which are published for solving these nonlinear systems. Like on the secant method, I have gone through that article during my PhD program. So personally, I would say that though those methods are not well extended to solve the nonlinear systems, right? Similarly, for the problem is with the fixed point, that these are, because the problem there is the convergence conditions create problem for nonlinear systems, because in order to solve 2x2 system, let us say any given nonlinear 2x2 system, this is very difficult to find out the convergence regions. Here we have IVT, we have toolboxes, but for nonlinear systems, we don't have such techniques. So we find it difficult to extend these methods for nonlinear systems. But still, yes, there are few articles. I would be very happy to share those few 1 or 2 articles for solving nonlinear systems to the interested participants after this session. I will send.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
Okay.
Okay.
Now I would
Yeah.
Now I would like to thank our expert Dr. Munish Kansal sir. Your all the 4 lectures are full of knowledge and are very interesting. I am sure all the participants and mostly me and my student of BSc final year get maximum benefit of your lectures, because we have a lab course on the same topic, numerical method in MATLAB.
Okay.
And,
Right.
and we have positive feedback from all the participants in the chat box. Once again, thank you so much, sir, for giving your valuable time to share your knowledge and ideas with us. Thank you so much, sir.
So thank you very much. I would like to thank all the organizers, and my special thanks goes to Dr. Suraj Goyal for personally speaking. This is very wonderful initiative because nowadays we arrange these sessions online. So this is a very wonderful initiative taken on especially MATLAB and Python by Dr. Suraj. I'm very happy for this kind of initiative. In future, I would like to arrange some sessions for Mathematica software also, because that is again very interesting programming language for using any numerical method. So next workshop should be on Mathematica software for any numerical techniques. I would be very happy to deliver lectures on Mathematica also.
Sure, sir. Sure, sir. Thank you so much for your kind words.